Well, hi, welcome to Lori's craftingplace.blogspot.com. So glad that you could join me today. I'd like to show you a card that I found on Connie Stewart's video channel. And it's called a Chevron gatefold card. And I thought it was really neat. So it looks really hard, but it is so simple. Well, let me make sure you're up here in the little thing, and I'm gonna put you down here. I think about like that should work. Yeah, let me get you over here a little further. There, I think that's perfect. Okay, so this is the card, and this is the chevron part right here, and then the gatefold. So it says thank you. Put some ribbon. I used some pink paper and some designer series paper that I had in my stash, and then I put some on the inside, and you open it up and there's a flower, and it says with friendly thoughts and best wishes today and every day. And I just thought it was a cute kind of a card, so I thought we'd give it a try. I'll see if I can remember how it all goes. So I'm going to use some of this blue, and I'm going to do a little different than she did. I'm going to put black with this. I think it's going to go really nice. So I'll show you what I'm talking about here in a second. I'm also using the floral essence. I'm using this flower right here. And then I'm going to, let's see, what did I use for the sentiment? What does this say? I can't even read it. Wishing you. Let's see, what does that say? Hard to read. I get all, discolored. And then it's hard to see what it says. I don't know what it says. I can't read it. Let's see here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is stamp it in black. And I'm going to stamp it up there. And it says, with friendly thoughts and best wishes today and every day. I guess that's what I just read to you. So it was hard to tell on here what it said. Alrighty. Well, that's what we're gonna get. That's what it says. The other one says thank you. That's easy. Okay, and I got that from By the Bay. So we're gonna use that little thank you right there. So that's funny that I did that. Okay, and then I'm gonna use a stamping blend to color in my flower. I'm gonna use some blueberry bushel to outline the flower. And then I thought I might use some of this Blackberry Bliss to stamp the sentiments and things. So we'll see. I might change my mind. Okay. And then this is just some more scrap paper that I had. I don't see if this one, no. Yeah, this one is double-sided. I think this is a Stampin' Up! Old one. Okay, so what you're going to need is you're going to need a base card, which is 8.5 by 5.5. And we're going to do some scoring on this one. So I will tell you that in a second. And then we're going to need, I'm going to use this one right here. I think it's a 1 by 1 3/4, and then this is going to be for our front sentiment right here, this little piece right there. And then we'll need a piece of white that is 1 3/4 by 3/4. Well, that'll go over the top of that, and that's what I'm going to do with this when we get to that point. We'll cut that down. And then on the inside for the card, we're going to need a piece of black that is 4 by 5 1/4. And then we're gonna take this, actually I think it's bigger than that because this is the 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm gonna have all this down in the description box. So, and then this is just gonna be like an 1/8 inch bigger. But I will have all that down there for you. This goes on the inside, this one right here, so that'll be on your inside. And so I will have all those measurements for you. I'm thinking that this one is 5 1/4 by 2 1/4, and then this piece is smaller. And then we have these little small guys here, and like I said, I'm using black, so she doesn't have any of hers matted. Okay, so I will have the measurements for these black pieces for you. Okay, and then you're gonna need a piece of DSP that is 1 1/2 by 5 1/4. In fact, you need 2 of those, which is right there. One's on the outside, one's on the inside. I will show you that in a moment. And then you're gonna need 5 of these, which is the reverse side of this. Okay, so we're gonna need 5 of these, and they are 2 1/2 by 1 inch. So I have 5 of those. And then I made the black ones because I thought that would be really cool. So we're gonna try that and see how that works. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is we need to get out our scoreboard here, and we need to make some score marks on this piece. Oh, and then you're gonna need some ribbon to make a bow. So let's get this out here. Put this right here where you can see it. And I didn't make any scores on it yet, so we're going to score this at, with the 8 1/2 side at the top, we're going to score this at 1 3/4. So there's my 1 3/4 right here. And we're going to score it at 6. And that's the only score marks that you make. So we'll fold this one in and burnish it. And we'll fold this one in and burnish it. Okay, and I will have those on there too. So then we end up with this piece like this. So there we are. Okay, so we're done with this. I'll stick it back down here out of the way. And the first thing that we'll do is take our inside piece. And so you can see how I have the black, a little bit of black all the way around it. I really like it like that. I'm just gonna leave it right like this for a moment. I'm gonna take my flower. I'm gonna ink that up with some, I think I'm gonna ink it up with this blueberry bushel. And yeah, and then we're gonna stamp it. We're gonna stamp it up here, maybe about like a 1/2 inch or so down from the top. Yeah, I like that. Okay. And then we're going to take, I think I'm going to take this little one right here. And what I might do is, I think I'm going to use some yellow, because I want some yellow in the, let's see, what color is this? This is pineapple punch. Yep, pineapple punch. This is an old one. So I'm going to use some of that for my center. And then this is the center right here, this little thing. So we're going to use that. We're going to ink that up. And we're going to stamp it right in the middle. There, you can see that. And then I'm going to close this back up so that these have lasted me forever. So then I'm going to take, well, we'll take that off of there because I'm going to end up using this for here. And if I'm worried about getting things on straight, then I put it sideways. I don't put this like this and try to get that on there straight. I put it sideways, and then I can just, I don't know, it works better for me. So anyhow, and then we're going to take this Stampin' Blend, which this one is light balmy blue, and we're going to color this flower. Yeah, see, I like that. I like the dark with the light. And I don't have to be too particular, but I'm trying to stay in the lines because otherwise I'm going to have to do what I did with the other card, and I had to double stamp. I had to make another one, and then I cut it out and stuck it over the one that I messed up. So that you know, always works. You can always fix your mistakes. And they're not really mistakes. They're just, I don't know, learning things. So anyway. We'll just keep coloring this here. It doesn't take too long. I love these Stampin' Blends. I have the whole set of markers, but for some reason, I don't know, I like these ones because they come with darks and lights, and they're just really cool. I really love them. Okay, so we got that. There is our flower colored. And then I think I'll take this. Now I'm thinking, since I've got blue, that maybe I will just stamp this in blue. I already stamped it in black, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Well, we'll just kind of run it over here to my little cleaner and clean that off. Hopefully that'll come off of there so that we don't get black mixed with there, and then there. Okay, that's good. So then I think I will do this with the blueberry bushel. Let's see how that works. And we'll put that right down here. There we are. So you can see, there we go. Okay, I like that. Alrighty. Then what we need to do, I just refilled my glue the other day, so I should probably have to poke this down in here. Alrighty, we'll just stick that there for now, because now we want to glue this down. I use liquid glue. You can use double-sided tape, whatever your favorite adhesive is that works for you. I found that my art glitter glue works really well, and I like that fine tip needle, and using glue helps me to be able to just wiggle this around a little bit and get it where I want it. And then I will use my little, oh dear, I don't want to do that. I'll ruin my card. Went right underneath of that, but it didn't mess it up, so I guess we're good to go. And then we're going to go ahead and open this up, put some adhesive on the back of here, and stick this down, making sure that we stay within our lines here. And sometimes that's hard to see. I'm still got a little wiggle room here. It hasn't dried yet. Yeah, that I think will work. And I'll flip that over and we'll try to do this again. Burnish that down. And there's the inside of our card. And that black, I don't know, I just think it makes it pop. I like it. So, okay, next thing, let's take and do these two. So, we're going to take and put some adhesive on here. And put this down on the black. Making sure that we've got black all the way around. Sometimes it's hard to get it straight, get it even. Okay, then we'll just smush that down. And we'll do this one while we're at it. I tried to make sure I got some of the blue, pull the blue out of there on these pieces, so I got quite a bit of blue on that one. All right, let's see, do we have enough? Yes, we do. Okay, let's flip that over. All righty. Then we're gonna go ahead and take, let me see which one I want. I think I want the one with the most blue on the front. So we'll put some glue on here. And I'm gonna do it this way. That way I can really see where my lines are. So I know I'm getting enough glue around the corners there. Let's see, that helps to open it up. Okay, then let's take this one right here, and we're going to put it on the inside. And we'll stick this one here. Try to kind of line it up so that it's even. There. So far we have that one and that one on. Then we'll take this one. Yeah, it's not really that hard. This is really an easy card. And it looks like it's going to be really tricky with that chevron design on it, but it's not. And I'll show you that in a second. Okay, let's get this down here. Put that up there. And then we'll put this one on the inside, on the right side of the paper, or of the base. Okay. Let's get this. Yeah, that's good. That's pretty good. Okay. And we'll put that down. I think that's pretty. I think that's a pretty card. Okay, now comes the fun part. Now comes the chevron, okay? So we've got these little black little pieces of paper here. And I'm gonna see how this is gonna work. Since she just used paper, I thought it would be nice to pop these up a bit. Okay, so what you want to do, and I'm going to turn mine that way, is you want to have, you can see they have designer paper flowers on the other side, okay? And then it's the blue. So you want to take and turn them all up this way, because we're going to go, each one is going to be folded a different way. So the first one we're going to fold is we're going to fold on the left side. So we're going to take the left side of this and we're going to fold it like, kind of like on the corner. And I'll bring this up closer so that you can see it. Okay, so see what I just did? I just folded it over that way. Okay, it's got a point here. Okay, so that one folds that way. Then we're going to take this corner and we're going to bring it over this direction. And so the thing that you want to remember about these as you're doing this is that you want to keep these going opposites. Okay, so you want this to go this way, this to go this way. And then I will show you what I'm talking about here. So our next one is going to go the opposite direction. Remember, we just did this corner over here. Now we want to take that corner and we want to bring this one over this way. See? Here's our first one. Here's our second one. Okay. And then this one's going to go the other direction. So we got to go this way. Okay. So, we want one that way. And we've got one this way. Okay. And then we got to go the other way again. So we're going to go that direction. And then this one's going to come over here to this direction. Make sure I get this lined up here. Okay. So then we got another one that's going the other direction. And then we're going this way. Oops, don't want to tear my paper. And then this one's going to go this way. Okay. Make sure I get it straight. Okay. Well, we got one going that direction. Then we have one more, which is going to go the way we did it the first time. So you just have to remember to go left and then right, left, right. And you end up just going back the way you did the first time on all five of these. Okay, and what I'm hoping, because this is where the other part's going to come in on these, I'm hoping that what I do with this, okay, that's my other one here. I'm hoping that when I put this on here, I might have to cut these down a little. Well, I want to leave a little bit of that out. So I'm going to put that down on here, and then I'm going to cut this off. I'm hoping this will work. So otherwise, it won't work and I'll have a big mess. But I thought this was so cool to have some black. So let's see. Let me just double check here. This is how this is going to go on here. And that looks nice. But if I put the black, so we have a little bit of black. Let me see. And of course I have to take some of that off. I think it just elevates it. So let's give it a try. Let's be daring and try this. Okay. So what I'm going to do is on the back side here is I'm going to put glue. Okay. So I'm going to put some glue on here, and then I'm going to stick this on here, leaving a little bit of a border. Whoops, not that much of a border. Okay, and stick it down. But then what I have to do is I have to cut this off. But do I want to leave a little black? Let's see. Let's see what it does. See, then it looks like that. And then I can put that on there. This is what I'm hoping, that it would not come too far over. I think it'll work. I do. I think it'll work. Okay. So let's put that one back over here. Let's take the next one and let's put it down. Putting glue. Hope you can see this. I'm putting glue on here. Just stick it on here. And I'm leaving some black around it. Okay, I'm pushing that down. And we're going to take and we're going to trim some of this off and trim it off this way. And we don't need a lot of black. Oh, see, that one didn't quite get to the point. The point's not quite there, so let's just take a little more off here to make it look pointy. Okay. And then I'm going to take another one. And let's see if we can get it a little more on the point here. Okay, and then we'll cut these off. Cut that off right there. And we'll cut this one off right here. That works. And then we'll take another one. We're almost there. Okay. And then I'm going to, yep, just like that. So, I mean, it's not really that hard to do this. So, even though you do not have to put the black. I just thought that it would really add to it. So that's why I did it. I don't know, it just came to me. I watch Shelley Geigel YouTube channels she makes mini albums, and she backs a lot of things and uses black to just really make things pop in her mini albums. And I'm just like, it's kind of where I got the idea. I thought I could do that with a card. So that's where I got the idea, and that's why I was doing it. Okay, there's our other one. Alrighty, now you get all these little scraps out of the way here. Now we're gonna put them on our card, okay? So I'm gonna take these and put them just like this right here, so I can kind of keep them the way they go, okay? So we're gonna take this one first. We're gonna put glue. I'm not gonna put glue clear to the edge because it's gonna go over. So I'm not gonna go clear down there. See, I left the edge free of glue. So now I'm gonna take this. Don't do what I just did. I'm gonna take this. I'm trying to be really careful here, and I just got glue all over this. Okay, and I'm gonna line this up, but I'm not going all the way to the top. Okay. And I mean, you can open these up so that you can smash that down, but okay, so it's gonna look like that. You see that? But it is going over the edge, but that's okay because it'll go like that. That'll be fine. Okay, then we're gonna take this one And we're going to bring it matching with this one, okay? Just like she did right here. And that's just what you're going to keep doing. So we're going to take this one, put some glue, and I hope and then we'll take the next one. See, what I'm wondering is this going to, because I added the black, is that going to mess me up as far as, I hope not, as far as having enough, getting all of them on here. And then we're going to take this one, put some glue. I'm just trying to stay away from these points way down here because I don't want to get any glue on this back part here. And see, I might not be able to get all 5 of these on here. It still looks, I still think it looks cool. But this other one should go right here, and see, it's going to be too much, so it's not going to work. So if you don't want the black on yours, I could have moved these down, you know, to get it on there. I still think it looks cool. Let's see how this one is, because there's no black, they all line up together and you can get them all on there with a little bit of space down here. So, I mean, that's really pretty too. I like this one. So we'll just keep going. And I'm just gonna leave that. I just might do something different there. I'm not sure yet. Let me check. Let me see what I'm gonna do. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stamp this thank you, and I'm gonna stamp it in the blueberry bushel, and it's really small. I want to make sure that I'm gonna get it just right on here. Yep, perfect. And then what I'm gonna do, so now we're creating as we're going, because I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna cut this off right about there. Did I get that straight? Almost straight. Okay. And I'm gonna, let's see, I'm gonna cut some more off, because I don't need it this wide. Oops, make it straight. Okay, and then I'm going to take and put some glue on the back of this, and then I'm going to make this like this. And then we're going to trim this up around here. Trim this up right here. Making sure I'm straight. I'm not very straight. All right, that's pretty good. Get all those little scrappies out of here. Okay, then I could, oh, I think I will. I was going to say, I could pop it up, and I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to pop this up with some of my I get this at the dollar store. Come back here. Oh no, I get stuck on my desk. I can't think of what this is called, but it's kind of like the Pop Dot stuff, only it's on a big spool. So, anyways, dimensionals. That's what it is. Gives it dimension. Okay, and so then I think I'm gonna stick it down here so that it doesn't look so weird without having something right there. And I'm okay with this. I like it. And one more thing, I got my ribbon. I put the white and the blue together, and I'm going to make a bow. And I'm gonna add, I could use a glue dot, but I'm just gonna use some glue. A little thing of glue here. And I'm gonna put this right here on this card. I'm gonna hold it for a second. And while I'm holding that for a second, let's see, where is my little hole of this? Here, there we go. I wanna thank you so much for joining me and watching, and that we kind of got, you know, we did this together, and I think it's a pretty card, and I just got some glue on my card. It was on my finger. It'll dry. And I think it's a really neat card. It's called a Chevron gatefold. And I hope you give it a try. Oops. Maybe I should have used a glue dot. Anyway, let's stick it back on here. It just needs to, because it's not paper, it just needs to hold there for a minute. I hope you give this card a try. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you do that. And thank you so much. I'm going to make sure you're up here. And thank you so much. Put myself back together again. I always have to do that. Anyways, thank you for joining me. Thank you for walking through, or, you know, going through this card with me. And even though we did some things a little differently, I don't know. I like it. Tell me what you think. If you like it. If you like this video, then click the like button, and and also if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do that. And if you click the little bell, it will let you know when I'm making more videos. So thank you so much, and have a great day, and happy creating. Until next time, bye.